What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of 25 for Outdoors. Today, I am going to be showing you something that if you haven't done or if you hunt out of a climber, you need to do. Sorry if you hear deep breaths. I got my dogs out. I think you just saw one, and they won't leave me alone. But I'm going to be showing you something that you need to do. I'm going to get you some close-ups here in a minute. But if you hunt out of a climber, this is what you need to do. And I'm going to try it as long as I have enough light. It's a little bit late. I'm going to try to put it on a tree to let you see it. But this is the Summit Goliath. It's the same stand that I've been hunting out of for years. I think right at 6 or 7 years now. But I recently redid it, and it's something I've done in the past, but I took it to the next level a little bit this year. I added paracord to it, and I wanted to make sure, even if it added another step while hunting, or even if it added just a little bit of weight, I wanted to make sure my climber was silent as I climbed and walked through the woods. Anybody that's ever hunted out of a climber, it's no matter what manufacturer it is, no matter really too much of what you do to it, I mean, you can do this and it's going to help. But noise, they clean and clang, you can't really help it. So I set out to try to make my climber as quiet as possible. So I bought 1,000 foot of paracord, and this is all that's left. It was completely filled. If I had to guess, somewhere around 700, 800 feet that I've used to do this with. I'm gonna get some closest, don't worry. And I completely wrapped my climber. I mean, other than all of the foot bars, and I did not do all the base, mainly focusing on the contacts of how I pack it and how it touches each other from the bottom to the top, and went through it and went ahead and wrapped anything that comes in contact with any other metal to try to eliminate as much sound as possible. I also bought me a new seat this year. My old seat lasted. My old seat was the original seat. It lasted a long time, but it was time. It was starting to get faded. It was time to get a new seat. Got my pull-up rope, and I have a 30-foot pull-up rope. I typically climb somewhere between 25 and 35 feet, hunting here in South Alabama in these planted pines. It's a lot easier to get high. Sometimes you don't have to, but it's a lot easier to get high out of one of these. And you want to have a paracord long enough, or you want to have a pull-up rope long enough to support that. Also, let me look it up real quick. So, another thing, I got rid of the original Summit straps, and I bought this off of Amazon. Now, I cannot give you a reference of how the longevity of this product is going to last yet, because it's brand new. I would imagine it should last a few hunting seasons at least. Not that hard to replace. It's only $63 on Amazon. It is the brand on Amazon is XOP-Extreme Outdoor Products. That's just what it's listed as. And it is a tree stand transport system. It is meant to be with lock-ons, but it says it can be adapted to climbers, in which I did. It has straps on it, plus it has eyelet holes where I added paracord support to hold it up. This is all 550 paracord, and it is so much of a better system than what I had been using. The original straps that come with them are great, but after time they start to sag, and I wanted to get the stand higher on my back where it reduces feel of weight. So I did that. and I'm really excited to show this to y'all. But it takes a lot of work to do. I have roughly 9 hours in wrapping this stand. You may think that's crazy, but when you use this stand every time you go hunt, and if you hunt half as much as me, it will be worth it to you. I guarantee it. So I'm going to put it on and show you a few things to how it makes it. I wish I was able to show you comparison between a stock Summit and a regular Summit or this one, but I don't. So one thing that's different, I have it secured up top just by it's that band that comes with all the Summits, but I cut it off short to where I could secure it to the top. Then I bought another one of those and have it around right here to where I could secure it tight to the bottom end to try to eliminate as much rattle as possible. And with this system, I'm going to adjust the camera. And with this system right here, first I hadn't done it well. I'm going to make sure they're tight like you should every time before you go hunting. You can pop it on your back. And instantly you can feel that it is a lot lighter than when it was on the bungee. But first of all, it takes a lot of the pressure off your immediate shoulder, off your top of your shoulders, adds slightly more pressure to the front of your shoulders, which is where you want it when you're packing up. And then this thing comes with these straps right here to where you can attach it around your waist and tighten it up. It also comes with straps up here, but I'm a little bit too big. It won't quite reach. So that's one thing that you're going to have to look at if you're as big as guy as I am, which, you don't run into that every day. So when you are walking through the woods with a traditional climber setup, it's going to be clinging and clanging. But with this one, I have to physically jump to hear it clang, and that's not the stand. That is my carabiner that is attached to right here that will be holding my pack that holds all my camera equipment in it, for my camera equipment sitting right here. So I'm going to take this off real quick. This is the carabiner that I use for my safety harness and also to carry my pack in. So I'm going to pop that back off real quick. Pop it back on. So much easier. Tighten it down. And you're not going to be doing that walking through the woods. So it is a lot more quiet than a traditional setup. I absolutely love what I've done with this thing. So I'm going to go try to get it hooked up to a tree real quick before it gets too dark, and show you some close-up shots and show you a few things up. So this is it completely packed up, as you see, all held in tight, just the lower bottom going through the upper bottom. This is my pull-up, this is my safety harness rope that I wrap around a tree, and that's pretty much it. This is that extra support right there for pull-up, for if your bottom falls out. My other support if the bottom falls out right there, and that is it, completely packed up, paracord wrap. So this is obviously a lot smaller tree than I typically would climb. So first thing, I'm going to pull this off. This is my pull-up rope right here. I'm going to take it off, just hang it right there for just a second on my bow holder, and then I would pop this off right here. Typically I'm wearing my safety harness, and I would clip it to my safety harness. Right now I'm just going to clip it to my pocket to hold it, because I will probably use that later. Then I'm going to take this older one off, take it, clip it to my pocket as well, and then I'm going to pull the bottom out
And I haven't redone my rubber on my things yet, so I'm just going to pop around this tree. I hope this tree's big enough to hold it. If you're a small guy, you might well climb a tree like this, but I'm not. And it's going to be at an angle, but I'm just mainly just showing y'all. So, you know, work with me. There's a train coming. I'm going to try to pause while it's coming by. Then I'm going to take my top off, wrap it around this tree, pop it all the way back down. So, and excuse it being an extreme angle, but y'all know what I'm working with. Alright, so as it sits right there, you see my pull-up rope. It's wrapped back through, holding it right there. This is my safety harness rope, but at this time I would typically take it, wrap it around that tree, step up with it, attach my rope. But this is my pull-up rope in case I was to accidentally let my bottom fall out. So I take it and attach it right here. Then the original stock one that come with it, the little bungee pull-up rope. I will tell you, if you hunt out of Summits, I would not recommend depending on solely this. I love their product, but this, it has too much give in it, and it's really hard, and that's speaking from personal experience, it's really hard to pull your stand back up by just off this. But I leave it on there just in case. It never hurts. And then I have, this is a little loop that I tied in with this so I could pick my climber up and carry it one hand, like over my shoulder in case I move. If I get to a tree, set it down, look and say, that's a better tree. And then I just pick it up and grab it over there. My pull-up rope, obviously, for my bow. And then I'll do a close-up shot on this. Is my quiver. I made basically paracord bracelets, and I attached them into this, and that will hold my quiver on the side of my bow. It takes some time to do it. If you want to know how to wrap this, basically I wrapped it the same way that you tie serving on a bowstring, and there is hundreds of videos that you can watch on YouTube on how to serve a string on a bow. So I didn't waste my time showing you that. Just look up how to serve a bowstring. And then you would step up in there, and then probably my favorite thing that I added to this is I made paracord stirrups. So typically Summits come with the plastic stirrups, and they work great. There's nothing wrong with them. But I got tired of those sticking out permanently, and I didn't want them around. I wanted to be able to move around easier in my stand. There's nothing wrong with them, but this is just, in my mind, a better option, something that you may want to attempt to try out. And I basically attached paracord and then braided it like you do one of the typical bracelets that people make out of paracord, all the way, and looped it through. Of course, I'm showing you a close-up. And this is, without a doubt, in my mind, the best way to set up your climber. I absolutely love it. And if you have any questions, comment down below or message us on Instagram, and I'll try to answer them even more thoroughly. So, like I said, this is my pull-up rope. I have basically paracord bracelets mounted to the side right here that my quiver I can unhook with the little, I don't know what you call these little clips, that you can unclip it, put your quiver in, clip it back to hold it on your side. Bow mount, which is a Summit bow mount, that I cut off. I didn't leave the big washer thing to where you can take it off and take it off and put it back on. I went ahead and I took it to a hardware store and found a nut and some lock washers, and went ahead and nutted and lock washer it on, because I'm not going to take this off and move it to other things. And it also gets rid of those big old grips hanging on the side. My pockets used to hang on them, and I got tired of that, so I got rid of it. And that's basically my setup. And if you would like to know more, like I said, just message us on Instagram or comment down below. I try to answer to the best of my abilities. Instagram will probably be better, because if it come down to it, I could send pictures and show you more about how I did it. But I'm gonna get some close-ups, and make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribing helps a whole lot, and liking helps promote our videos to other people. If you're new to this channel, welcome to 25 High. Please hit that subscribe button and follow us along, because we're about to get into some really good hunting content. And we got a couple of our guys. We got Zach. I think right now he plans on hitting up Arkansas pretty quickly. We got Kurt that is going to Missouri, also hunting around here in the south. It should be a really good year. I got my eyes on a few good southern Alabama bucks, and we're just gonna try to get this thing rolling. So I'm getting out of here before this train gets here. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you stay tuned for more content. Go check out some of that older content. Make sure you hit down the link description below and purchase your own 25 High hat. And y'all stay tuned for more. And always remember to live life 25 high.